Hmm.
Well, as you know, we're here to talk about the funk. Is a sport
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's broadcast of Gangsta Talk. That was a very, very legendary rap group from back in the day. Houdini, as we all know by now, one part of Houdini has passed away, rapper Ecstasy. That was the guy that had the Zorro hat, for if anybody wanted to know. And, Houdini was one of the best that ever did it. You see, when you look at music, You have to look at music in a mature way. A lot of people look at music in a very immature way. Oh, those lines are corny. Those raps are corny today. It's not about whether the lines were corny or not. You have to look at the time that they come out of, right? And you have to understand this too. These were the pioneers of what you call rap. They did not have anybody that came before them to show them the way. So they created as they went along. These people were some of the most brilliant lyricists in the game in their time. Again, remember, they created styles. There were no styles before them. There was nobody before rap music, nobody was rapping. Okay? There was nobody doing any of that. There were no styles for them to choose from. There was no one for them to be like. So they had to create it as they went along. And so now the rappers today benefit from all of those styles that were created from these pioneers. All of the gangster styles, all of the storytelling styles, all of the intellectual styles, all come from these pioneers. The Rakims, the Houdinis, the Grandmaster Melly Mel's, the Grandmaster Casses, the Cold Crush Brothers, it goes on and on and on. Now I wouldn't put um, the Sugar Hill Gang in that. I mean, as far as I was concerned, the Sugar Hill Gang was a joke. Okay, but nonetheless, they do have a classic. Rapper's Delight is a classic. Unfortunately, it's a classic. But I thought the Sugar Hill Gang was an absolute joke. But anyway, they came out during a time where rap was still young, and so they got that bullshit off. I still don't know what the hell is a hip hop, a hippie to the hip hop. What the hell is that? What is that? Anyway, let me get a sound check before I go any further. Can you guys give me a sound check? Dame, give me a sound check. Okay, apparently Dame has.
I can hear you. I was drinking water. Oh, dang it. It was him that was having a problem. Okay. Yeah, as for the hip hop, the hippity hop, well, don't stop to the bang bang boogie. Well, I always thought it was just a rap you can dance to. I thought it was just fun and a play on the words. Yeah. And a little bit of the scatting of certain jazz. Because a lot of it's just sounding words. It's not really words. Scat, 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 the booty bap, bap, bap. So the hip hop, don't stop to the bang bang boogie, up chuck the boogie. The boogie to the boogie beat. I think of it as rap scat.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all. The phone was acting crazy. All right, so did y'all hear me? Was I coming through?
You were coming through till you dropped off.
All right. Anyway, so let me continue. Yeah. I still don't know what the hell is a hip hop, a hippie to the hip hop. What the hell is that?
It's either
It's rhetorical.
hip hop you can dance to. Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, go on mute right now. Okay, I'm getting ready. All right. Yeah, and so unfortunately, they are in that legendary. I really don't want to say legendary pioneer group because I most certainly don't put them next to a Houdini or Run DMC, who were like gods. Run DMC were like gods of the rap world. Okay, say what you want, but they were gods. I mean, when Run DMC was at their best, there was nobody better. I don't care what you say. You can, you know, go back and forth about Gangstar and all that. But there was nobody better than Run DMC at one point. They were it. And there was no one else. All right. They were the kings of rap. All right. So, and you know, especially when you had DMC with the famous lines, I cut the head off the devil and I throw it at you. You know, and at the ninth grade, I went straight to college, all kinds of stuff. You know, they just kept coming up with saying after saying after saying. Run DMC was unbelievable. They were masterful back then. But I don't want to get into all of that. But, you know, we'll have a show where we'll talk about music and what it really means and how we should really look at music and look at the people that came before us. You have to understand something. There's a lot of you cats now that have some good lyrics, but you did not create on your own. You have something to draw from. These people like Houdini and, you know, who came before you, they didn't have anyone to draw from. They had to create it as they went along. They had to create styles. So that's why you hear the lyrics the way they are. You know, the lyrics were very simplistic, but they were hard hitting because they were creating. They were in the middle of creating rap styles. Okay, so don't be don't be judgmental and say, oh, well, the lyrics are corny. They're simplistic. Understand what they were doing and why the lyrics may have been simplistic, because they had to create. Now you have people now with all these tongue twisters, lyrics, and very complicated lyrics, stuff like that, but that wasn't at the beginning. And then you had the knowledge rappers, okay, like KRS-One, Rakim, okay? They paved the way for all of these intellectual rappers like Keith Murray, Cannabis, Kool Moe Dee. So, but anyway, that's not what I came here to discuss, y'all. Let me get into why I'm here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I can't see the chat right now, but shout out to everybody in the chat. I want to address some concerns. Hey, Auntie, and some of my man, Hassan. Yeah, I want to address some concerns, okay? I have some people who email me. They follow us. You know, they love our channel and they help support us and they're trying to help us grow. You know, and they're very concerned about certain things that I'm going to address. It seems like some people think that we are a channel that is promoting hatred towards Black men. All right. Okay, here's the deal. We don't promote hatred towards no Black men. First of all, I jump on the Negroes that need to be jumped on, okay? But they're not talking about me. What they're talking about, they're more concerned with people that come on the panel and the message that they may be getting. Now, we've had some feminists on the panel, okay? And some of them have come up here and taking their anger out on Black men. I understand that you want to vent and all of that, but there's a fine line, okay? And they seem to think that some of them believe that this is a place for them to come and spew hatred towards Black men. Well, let me set the record straight on that. This is not such a place. So any of you feminists out there who are looking to come in here and use this place as your own personal emotional dumping ground, please look elsewhere. That's not what we're about here. Let me explain what this channel is about. This channel is about promoting positive relations between black men and black women. Just because we are pro black female, that does not mean that we are anti-black male. Now, you've heard me say that I'm pro-female and anti-male. That's something different, okay? That just means that I love women and I don't like men. That's all that means, okay? So, but yes, we are pro-black woman here. We love our black women, right? We do believe that the black woman is the mother of all civilization. And that ain't no conscious BS. That's just the absolute truth. Right? But yes, we do believe that if you hate the black woman, then you are an enemy to black people. Yes, we do believe. I've said all those things. But that does not mean, it doesn't mean that we are hatreds. I'm sorry, that we are haters of our brothers. I don't hate my brothers. I'm disappointed with a lot of my brothers. But I don't hate my brothers. Now, I do hate the niggas who are against black women. Yeah, I do. I'll be truthful with you about that. Because if you on some craziness, disrespecting black women and doing all stuff like that, oh, I'm your enemy. And I hate you. But as far as my black brothers, no. I'm a black man myself. I'm not going to promote hatred of myself. I'm a black man too. So, you know, some feminists have come up here, and you know who you are. We're not going to get into any names. I still want to have that feminist show for any feminists who want to take up the challenge. I do want to have that to where we sit on this panel and we have that tough conversation about why you're so angry, why you feel the way you feel. And I want the most extreme feminists. If you're talking about killing black men and killing black men, I want you up here. I want to have that tough discussion. I'm not afraid of any of you. You understand what I'm saying? So you can always drop me an email and let me know what you want to do, and we can have that show. But getting back to what I was saying, I love black women, all right? And my channel is geared towards black women and black people. We want to attract good brothers over here for the sisters because we're promoting positive relations between black men and black women. The brothers that come over here are good, strong-minded, positive brothers who love black women. And that's the kind of brothers that we're looking to attract over here. We can't attract those kinds of brothers if we have people up on the panel spewing hatred for all black men. They don't deserve, the good brothers don't deserve your hatred. Now, I've heard the argument that, well, you know, it's very little black men that are good. How do you know that? See, these kind of arguments we have to be careful with because you're talking about huge numbers here, right? When you look at your life, compared to the numbers of our race, your opinion is kind of puny up against that. So you can't say all of anything. Maybe you can say the men that you've come in contact with are absolute garbage, and that's probably true. Same thing with the black women. Same thing with black guys. You can say some of the women that you come in contact with are no good, and that's probably true. But let's stay away from this majority of, most of, all. Let's stay away from that. Okay, you're not qualified to say that. You don't even have any real knowledge of that. Let's be realistic. You don't even have any real knowledge of that. And reading statistics from the CVC, that doesn't give you any foundation to say these things. So let's be careful when we say majority of and most and all, okay? Because there's some good brothers out here who are doing their thing. We got good brothers in here, and they don't deserve, okay, your hatred because, and trust me, I sympathize with a lot of you sisters that are hurt. I have 5 sisters of my own. Okay, I've seen what happens to a lot of y'all. I've said before, you show me a black woman that's filled with anger and hatred, and I will show you the black man that made her that way. So trust me, you're preaching to the choir. I sympathize. I feel for you because I know you didn't get that way on your own. But we have to be realistic about managing our pain and not taking it out on people who don't deserve it. We have good brothers in here that don't deserve that. And it's not fair for them to come in here uplifting the black woman and promoting positiveness towards black women and black people to have them be lumped into a category that's dominated by your hatred for black men. And I'm not even saying that your hatred is unjustified. It may be justified because you may have had some dog Negroes mess you up. Trust me, that's legitimate. I understand. I've seen it. So y'all can come in here and talk to me all day, and you will walk away like, man, Max, understand. I do. I have 5 sisters. You can talk to me all day, and I'm going to probably agree with you all day because I've seen what many of you have gone through. I've seen how the process take place. I've seen what happened. I've seen good women get turned bad from abuse by no good niggas. I've seen the process. But I can't allow, although many of you may be hurt and I sympathize, and this is a place for you to come, okay, and try to get your act together, try to get yourself together, and you can receive love here. I cannot allow that hatred to hurt other people. It's not fair to the decent brothers who come to this channel to have to deal with that and get lumped into that category. Okay, so this is not, for the last time, hopefully I don't have to address this again. This is not a channel that's about gender wars. This is not a channel about hating black men. Because we love black women, it doesn't mean we hate black men. Because again, we promote positive relations between black men and black women. Like I said, I'm a black man myself. So if I'm pushing hatred towards black men, I'm pushing hatred towards myself because I'm a black man too. So I wouldn't do that to myself, so I'm not going to do it to my brothers. I'm a little different. I don't coddle my brothers because I have a lot of faith and strength and belief in my brothers because men are supposed to be self-motivated. We don't need any coddling. We don't need anybody to pat us on the back. We do the patting on the back. We are the strength. We are the leaders. That's why you don't hear me talk about men like you don't hear me. They don't need me talking about them. Hassan Burton don't need me talking about him. Hassan Burton is a strong black man. Manuel Briggs, Kendra Rowland, these are strong black men. They don't need me tooting their horns. They can toot their own horns. These are not babies. These are strong, grown, powerful black men. And so we talk about the ladies, we talk about the women, we talk about the children, we talk about loving and protecting our women and children as men should. So don't mistake that as we hate black men. We don't. I don't even feel comfortable even saying this because it's ridiculous that I have to address it. But I have to for the sake of some people who are very loyal to us and have asked me to talk about this. I'm there for my peoples because they're there for us. So I'm going to talk about it. And hopefully this is the last time we have to address this, okay? Because people are mad because there has been some feminists who made their way onto the panel. And they've said some things. And they say, well, Max, why did you let them get away with that? Well, it's not about letting them get away with anything. These people are hurt. They've been turned a certain way. It's like, for example, we have to try to help our people. Even the ones who we think are the most fucked up. Now, some of them can't be helped. All right? But we got to try to help as many. Sometimes venting helps people out. And I don't mind these women coming up here venting. This is what this space is for. This space is pro-black women. Even the angry ones, if they come up here and they vent, let them vent. Okay? Now there's a fine line between venting and categorizing someone. You're coming up here, you're throwing brothers in one category, talking about they're all are no good. Now we're wrong now. Now we're not venting. Now we're being problematic. There are a lot of good brothers out here. Okay? Most time you don't see them because they're out doing stuff. They're out working. They're out building. They're saving money. They're purchasing property. We're going to have a show where we're going to show you how to recognize good guys, and they're all around you. They're all around you. A lot of you don't know what they look like, and two, a lot of you have seen them and didn't give them the time of day. Okay? Because we're caught up in a lot of superficial stuff that you hear on social media. People who don't really know anything about life tell you that you should go for the money and tell you that you should do this, you should do that. Well, there's a lot of people who have money but they don't have any happiness. You have people who have 6, 7 figures and are committing suicide. At the end of the day, people, I'm going to tell you that you can listen to whoever you want to listen to. But at the end of the day, it's all about that love. If that love is not there, it ain't happening. I don't care what you listen to. I don't care who sat in a suit and told you what, when, where, and how. I don't care some slick articulator came by and said, oh, love is... At the end of the day, if love is not present, it's a wrap. It's an absolute wrap. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how many suits you got. I don't care how well you speak, how well educated you are. If you don't have that 4-letter word, LOVE, you got nothing. And that will become painfully clear to you. And you can try to sugarcoat it all you want. You can stick your chest out, my man. Love is for weaklings. You can do all that. But at the end of the day, love is going to show you something different. It's going to prove to you that it is the most significant thing in your life if you want to be happy. Because the only thing at the end of the day, it's the only thing that's going to make you happy. And people try to associate happiness with being broke. This is what I'm talking about. You got to stop listening. Start strengthening your mind. We're going to get into a thing where we start working on our mindsets and start strengthening our mind. Many of us are listening to weak people and they're feeding you shit that weaken your mind. You actually believe that happiness is about being broke? Come on now. Some of you actually believe that. Oh, okay. In order for me to be happy, I have to be broke. No, you can be rich and be happy. You look at all of these big time people that got money, right? Why are they getting divorces? They got the money. They don't have the happiness. Because at the end of the day, a real relationship, a relationship that's going to last, it's not about sex. It's not about finance, right? It's not about suits. It's not about any of that. In order for a relationship to be legitimate and last, it has to have love. If there is no love, your relationship will not last. And I don't want to hear nothing about, well, me and my man or me and my girl been together and we don't love each other, but then y'all ain't together. I don't know what the hell you call that. Well, let me back off of that. We're going to say that for night dreams. We're going to have some real powerful discussions on night dreams. Night dreams is going to be about all that. But let me get back to what I was saying about this channel. We are the E Nation. We are a group of like-minded black people who believe in the traditions of the old school, strong family values and morals. Right? We believe in the old school ways, the teachings. Respect and honor. Teach our young boys to be gentlemen. We teach our young women to be ladies, respectable ladies. We're hard workers. We're self-motivated. We believe in protecting and providing for our own. We also have a media hub called the Ebony Star Network, which is what we're on right now, that we are developing. So we are like-minded black people, and we promote positive relations between black men and black women. We are about peace, power, and unity. The power provides the peace provides the unity. So we are not about hatred of either sex. Just because we happen to love one doesn't mean we don't care about the other. Hell, we love one to attract the other so that they can build strong relations. That's what we do. We promote love for the black woman so it will attract good black brothers that can build relations with these black women. So we love one to attract the other. So Dane.
Yes.
Take over for me real quick. I got to deal with something real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Now, talking about divorces are up. Okay. Well, yeah, I think because a lot of divorces is two individuals coming together to marry, not knowing what marriage is, and they trying to stay individuals. And the give and take of marriage, they either one or both of them don't know how to give and take and compromise and work together, or fighting not to change, change because okay, you're married, living and sharing with another person, you got to go through some changes, you become another person. um not exactly the same as you are. You're still you, but not exactly the same you. So I think part of the reasons high incidence of divorce is you got two individuals who get married not knowing what marriage is, and they try to stay individuals, or they stay individual instead of a unit. hmm So eventually that's gonna tear up in divorce. Or they get married for the wrong reasons and stuff like that. But that's just my opinion. I don't know, because I don't know every individual person that's been divorced. Um, I know a few. It's just a theory of mine. Um, yeah. That's because they let other things or the things of the world come in between them. And since they quarantine now, they with each other 24/7. That's either gonna bring you together, or it's gonna tear you apart. If you don't know this person, and all the stuff they're supposed to be doing all during the beginning of the marriage, see each other, work with each other's compromise and stuff like that. They either been swallowing it, not been saying anything, or they didn't really see it because okay, they've been either busy working, surviving, maybe taking care of kids in some cases, and so they didn't really see each other. There's like a filter of the world, the family, the jobs. You know, most of their day is being taken up by all these things. But now you got a bunch of them where they both in it. They both there. At first it sounds good, okay, we together, be like another honeymoon. But honeymoons usually last a weekend, a month, few months, maybe a year. And then you somewhere else. But now you in your house, you in the living of it, and then there's all
Okay, I'm
kind
back.
of okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
like I was saying, huh?
I say, yeah, you back.
Yeah, like I was saying that you, anything. What you want to say something about? Say something about this issue about hating black men. You're a black woman, so you can talk about it better than me. See, I don't even. I'm uncomfortable even saying the term because I'm a black man. I don't think about stuff like that. But we have some people think that this is a channel that hates black men. So talk about it a little bit, and then also talk about what's coming up on Ladies' Night.
Well, okay. What's coming up on Ladies' Night is the extension of this conversation. Okay, all right. Okay. Oh, all right. This is what's going on. We have women that are angry at a man, some men, a few men, a certain group of men, and they venting. But now the venting seems to gone on into a whole nother category, and it's come across that um we hate black men. Because, okay, just like we're tired as women hearing about how it's our fault for everything, we the cause of everything, we hateful women, we ugly women, we fat women, all the negative things. We don't like it. Even though we don't fit that category at all, it don't even pertain to us, it's still annoying and bothersome, and it feels like every black woman says, well, the men's gonna feel that way too, even though they know logically it's not about them. That you're not talking about them. But if you constantly hear it as black men can't do this, black men can't do that, black men do this, black men do that, they don't do this, they don't do that. After a while, that kind of wears them down. So even though logically, you know, they know that that's not about them, it wears you down, and you start to feel like even the women who supposed to know you that you're not like this, you're being lumped in with these dudes and stuff like that. And it's hard to have someone that you admire, that you appreciate, you respect, kind of lump you in with these dudes that have nothing to do with you. So we got black men who thinking that okay, they hate all of us. They don't see us as individual. They see us all. We all the problem. You know, we're no different. And if I'm not being appreciated for the positive stuff, I'm not going to give up. Don't want them to give up. We don't want them to, feel that they're not wanted or they're not needed. Black men are wanted, they needed, the good ones.
This is what I'm saying. You see, this is kind of hard for me to even talk about. That's why I asked you, because you know me. I'm a very strong-minded man, and this is weakness to me. Like I don't feel, as a man, I don't feel that all black women hate me, or if I hear a black woman who's angry with black men, I don't feel any kind of way. None of that stuff bothers me. I'm not triggered by any of that stuff. But I understand some brothers are, and I really don't even want to do this because it just sounds. I know it's necessary to do, but I'm old school. This sounds weak to me, like that I even have to address this. There shouldn't be any brothers in here feeling weak and thinking about one woman's opinion about black men. That's her issue. That don't have anything to do with me or or you or the price of tea in China. I mean, we're men. We're supposed to be all about strength everywhere, mind, emotion, body, and I don't have any issues with these women. There's only one type of woman that bothers me. That's the one that talked about killing black babies. Those are the extreme feminists that bother me. Other than that, that's because they're absolutely insane. They're talking about killing black babies, male black babies. Okay? But other than that, I don't get triggered when I hear black women get mad or say all black men. First of all, they don't know all black men. Okay? So you have to understand right there off the bat that what they're saying has no credibility. Okay? There's over 20 million black men in this country. One woman does not know, probably doesn't even know 20 men, let alone 20 million. Okay? So right then and there, what she's saying has no credibility. So I don't understand why brothers are being triggered, when they hear sisters get angry and say this. A lot of them are hurt. They're going to say that. I said before, women are different than men. Women handle emotions much different than men do. They take it harder. So expect for them to come out and say things like, all of us are all messed up. Okay? I know I'm not. You know you're not. So why do you? Weird for me to even. I'm doing this as a favor to people who follow us They asked me to talk about this. Or otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about this because this is weak. I mean, as a man, you shouldn't be that mentally weak and emotionally weak to allow what some woman says. None of these
Max,
women can trigger me. I don't have any.
sorry, you had borked out. We had missed that part just now. Max? Oh, okay. Okay, I hear you. I hear some background noise, Max. You back? Okay, and um, yeah. Well, as you can see, I'm like, well, we got to be careful not to go overboard as women. That making men feel like you lumping them in with the guys that are saying these things.
Can you hear me, Dan?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm over here in the mountains, so my. But like I said, but you see, that's my whole problem, right? I don't feel like that. I'm not concerned with what women are saying, when it comes down to that. And I don't know why these brothers are getting triggered by what these women are saying. If they want to get mad or whatever, all right, well, let them get mad. It doesn't mean what they say is the absolute truth. It doesn't mean what they say is an absolute reality. Their circle of men may have it may be a reality, but there's no reality over here with me. There's no reality over there with you. So why are we getting? I don't get triggered by any of these women. I don't care how mad they get or what they say. I told you, the only type that bothers me are the ones who talk about killing male black babies because I think they're insane. I'm the only one that causes my eyebrow to go up. Other than that, the rest of them don't do anything. I don't get triggered by none of that stuff. So I'm not sure why we got brothers running around here talking about, man, we're all like that. Like, man, why are you even getting involved in that? Like, you'll never hear me say that. Like, you guys ever hear me say, well, I mean, I don't even, that stuff don't bother me, man. Like, I don't know, Dave. Like, maybe I'm a different animal. Hello?
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, so the
Why you took so long to respond? You didn't hear me?
well, I was a little distracted for a second. I apologize for that. I had to deal with it. Um, okay. Well, yeah, Hassan, they do have a choice to click off, but apparently they don't want to click off. They they like you here, but we're gonna have to I think have an understanding. Yes, you come here, you could even vent, but understand that the attitude that all the men are like that. You're kind of offending some men by lumping them in with the men you're mad at.
See, that's another thing too, right?
Hmm.
When you say offended, I don't, I don't, I, I associate that with women. Like women get offended. Like men shouldn't get offended. Like, what are you getting offended about? I mean, you're supposed to have your armor on. Things are supposed to bounce off of you. What are you getting offended about? What are you wearing? A skirt? What do you mean offended? Are you a lady or something? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too strong for these guys. Maybe I'm just too mentally strong for a lot of these dudes, man, because I don't get offended. I don't get triggered. I'm just too, I'm just too much of a man for any of that stuff to bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't understand why it's bothering guys.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to ask one of the guys that is the
Yeah, like none of that stuff bothers me, man. I hear the stuff that a lot of these women say or whatever. I don't get triggered by any of that stuff. I mean, I'm just, I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe I just cut from a different cloth. But go ahead, Dane. Like I said, you can talk about it better than me because I feel even weird talking about it. Like, why am I sitting up here talking about men being offended by something women said? And I don't know, it just sounds weird to me.
Could it be the terminology we're using? Are we using terms that make us sound too much like feminists?
I don't know because feminists, the only feminists that bother me are the ones who talking about killing babies.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, the rest of them feminists don't bother me.
Uh, oh, maybe we got somebody that's still attached to the manosphere, that they being overly sensitive about it, or
Mm-hmm. But we do have to make sure we let people know that we do not promote hatred
mm-hmm.
of any kind. You know, what do you think about people sending me emails saying that this is turning into a black male hate channel?
No, no, I don't hear black male hate channel. There's no hatred. Oh, there's anger at black men. I get you that. There's moments when get angry. Most of the time, it's more like making fun of certain types of men. We talking about a situation, and we talk about this particular one or this particular type or stuff like that, or the attitude of the man being discussed, or like this dude, and we get kicks and giggles about it because that's the way we do. We're not angry. We laughing about it. Like, okay, seriously now, and 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 it's taken as bashing. But if you think about it, men coming into this is a window. Our channel sometimes give a window into when women get together and there's no men around. Stuff we talk about. It's not meant to bash. It's either meant to vent, unconsciously teach something about, if you ever come across this man, like, how to deal with him, or not to deal with him, or the mindset, or just plain curiosity about the entire situation. And of course, there's gonna be giggles, there's gonna be some form of making fun, and some of them think of it as bashing. I guess it'd be eye opening for us when we get the wind of view into a male dominated space, or a moment when it becomes male dominated and the discussion is about what the men are talking about. And we hear stuff we either don't like, don't understand, or seem like, man, they're making fun. But if they still upset, after it's over with, then something else is going on. Something about what was said. Yeah, that too, Meek. Something was said triggered them, or maybe they were like this person, or is like that person, or they know somebody like this person that they either look up to or consider a friend, and it sounds like we're making fun of their friend or something like that. I don't know. That's what it seemed. Either trigger because either at one point they were like this, someone that they looked up to is like this, or a good friend is like that, and they feel like we're making fun of the friend. So, or they caught it when the moment when woman is going on a tear, she's ranting, she's getting it all out of her system and stuff like that. And when sometimes in the middle of rant, depending on how heated the person feel about it, they're not realizing they lumping every man into this category. Yeah, well, you never know. They probably think they are um, uh, um, sticking up for women in a black man spaces. I don't know. And okay, if they sticking up, and then here they come to it's supposed to be a different space, and they feel like they black men are being bashed. It kind of knocks you for a loop. Wait a minute, I've been sticking up for y'all, and then I get here, and y'all bashing, or you're allowing women to bash, and y'all not saying anything to stick up for us. Although I didn't think we was that far gone. It was like no, not all men are like that. Although I am surprised, uh, and like that, or maybe he got this attitude because the women he been with, um, instilled that attitude in him. But not all older men. We got some older men here, or not all younger men. We got some younger men here, or not all the black men. But I do know sometimes in the rent, we forget the not all, because we just in the moment of the vent. I wish whoever this was spend their energy. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Okay, Max had dropped off. Anybody feel like we either allowing the women to rant too much to the point where it feels like black men are being bashed, or you don't have no problem with it because hey, it ain't you, or you know pull back, yank on some coattails and go, okay, well, yeah, that man was like that, but not all of them are like this. Or we're not yanking hard enough. We ain't pulling her by the collar and go, hey, we're not a bashment channel. We're not doing enough of that. Okay. Anybody still there? All right. Okay, Hassan, Mika, y'all still there? Bro, speak. All right. I'm gonna drop the link. See if anybody want to come up and speak. Maybe do some venting of their own. All right. Okay, here's the link. Okay. Okay, Hassan, bro, speak. Y'all men, y'all here. Do y'all feel like maybe the women are getting out of hand and they seem to be bashing the men too much? Oh, okay. Hey, Max. I was trying to get the opinion of the guys. Um, oh, okay. I dropped the link. And here comes Bro Speak. Hey, Bro Speak. So,
Hey, how's it going?
all right, all right.
Give me a second.
What's
Let
up?
me.
What's up? What's up? What's up, bro?
Yes. So how everybody doing today?
Doing good, man. Happy New Year and all that.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on now? They think y'all hate black women over here. I mean black men over here.
Yeah, man. I've been getting some emails from some people who've been watching the show because we
Yeah.
had a few women that come on the panel, and they got a little bit to the left there, in my opinion. And so now they're saying that we're condoning hatred for black men, and that's not what we're about. We're not doing that. And we wanted to set the record straight. Look, just because we love black women, that does not mean that we promote hatred for black. I'm a black man. I'm not going to promote hatred for myself. I'm a black man too. So no, we're not promoting hate. Just because we jump on a few sissy bims every now and then, that doesn't mean we have hatred for black men.
So I was suggesting the women ease up a bit, and Max says it don't matter what the women saying. You as long as you're not I hate black men so much that I want to kill all male children. Uh, he can work with you. He
A
knows
few
that
that kind of told the line.
they
Can
ain't
you hear
crossed
me?
that line.
Yeah.
As far as I know, they ain't crossed that line. I ain't heard any of that. I think, but I guess they were getting a little close to
No,
I'm
we've had a couple of women that come on here that got a little bit out of hand,
Mhm.
especially the one woman that was talking about all of the damn bullets, talking about killing black men. I'm still getting comments about her. Yeah.
Shit.
Um.
What? Man, I must have missed
So
that one. 'Cause
Whoa, yeah,
yeah,
me
yeah.
too.
No, you was here, name the one that came up talking about all of these white boys are buying bullets at these gun shows.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Talking about they want to kill black men. They want to kill black men. I was like, okay, let's get her out of here. Uh,
Damn, I must have
yeah,
missed that one. Easy.
yeah, yeah. She was tripping, man. She was extremely. I don't know. She was past anger. She was on some ready to kill black men type stuff.
Yeah,
We're not
that's
gonna have nobody promote that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a sad thing that you that your anger is that to that point where you just want to see black men burn. You know, that's a problem.
And what I don't
Yeah,
understand is why you don't want to kill white men. White men has done way more to you than black men have ever done. Most black men are probably unfaithful. I wouldn't say most. Most black men have probably done was be unfaithful, yes, kids out of
right,
wedlock or something
right.
like that, maybe some domestic violence. I'm not saying those are good things, but the white man has done far worse to you than that. And you don't want to kill him? I don't get it.
Oh, I think it's because she don't see the white man like right there in her face doing it. So she don't
Right. And then
perceive
she also said, right? And then she also said, I guess she had conversations with these white boys. They said
Mhm.
that they're getting all these bullets because they're getting ready to kill black men because black men don't take care of their kids. I'm like,
What?
what?
Shit.
That don't make any sense.
That
Yeah.
don't make any sense.
No, white men don't take care of their kids either. Matter of fact, child support was created because white men didn't want to take care of their kids. So, I mean,
Child support, alimony, all that. Because white
right,
men will leave their chicks in a heartbeat with no sympathy. Kids
right.
and all. Leave them.
Yeah, so she was up here talking about they're ready to kill black men because black men won't take care of their kids. And okay,
Yeah, she was out of there.
yeah.
That's when you let that hatred and bitterness towards the black men that you choosing get to the point where you just want to just eliminate all of them. No.
Right. See,
You
my
gotta
thing
go.
is, we encourage our sisters who are hurt. If you want to vent, venting is one thing, but when you come up here on some kill black babies, kill black men, and all that, that's not venting. That's something else.
Mm-mm.
And we're not going to allow you to promote that. Okay, because that's not what we are about. Positive relations between black men and black women. One of the reasons why we express love for black women over here is to attract good brothers so they can build good relations with sisters over here. We promote that. We encourage the brothers to come over here and engage with the women over here. Good brothers.
Mhm.
We want to build positive relations. Okay, so how are we saying that? And then we're also, out of the other side of our mouth promoting kill black men. That doesn't make any sense. We would be hypocrites.
Mhm.
No,
Right.
right. And so no, we don't do that. We don't, and we're not going to allow nobody to do it. It's like I said, these feminists. Listen, if you want to come up here, I said that if for any feminists listening, I'm willing to have that show with y'all to come on here and we sit down and we have the tough conversation. Where does hatred come from and all of that? But I'm not going to let you come up here and, do black men a disservice. They don't deserve that. Now, do some sissy bims or whatever deserve what they get? Yes. But the majority of black men do not deserve that. And we're not going to let good brothers in here who are doing things in life, who are working hard, take care of their families, be subject to that kind of hatred. They don't deserve that. And like I said, I tell people when these feminists start talking about all black men or whatever, their credibility is already shot. You're talking about 20-some million black men. The average woman don't even know 20 men. So where's your information coming from when you say all or most? You don't even have that kind of experience with men. So, it's just that we just want to set the record straight here at the Ebony Star Network. We don't promote hatred towards our brothers over here. I'm a black man. Okay, it'll be crazy for me to allow hatred being promoted towards black men, knowing that I'm a black man myself. So I think some of you feminists are getting us screwed up, getting us mixed up. Damn, I gotta jump off real quick.
Yeah,
I'll be
that's
right
why
back, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's just like even with the I said with the manosphere, you got a lot of people who are anti-black men, anti-black women sneaking in with these people who may be just venting, and then they're sneaking in with these groups, and it's just causing a lot of drama, and and now they make the group look like, oh, they hate black women, oh, they hate black men, and it's like, so yeah, like some do, but a lot of it is just a lot of hateful people, a lot of people who just hurt, and they're looking for a way to vent. And do I think some people take it too far? Yeah, but I think the venting is not the problem. Is when you're taking it too far, and then you're promoting this, like you said, division, where you make it seem like you just don't want black men and black women to be together. So I'm vividly opposed to that.
Yeah. Are there that you can stand by and be okay with men of another ethnic group killing the men in your group, supposedly for the offense of not taking care of their kids, when they just as
I know.
able to do it in their group? Then
Worse.
you becoming a Becky. You stand by and let your men kill these men in other ethnic group because they in the way.
No, hold on. Let me take that. I wanted to go up what Sandra Brosby said. Yeah, you're right, because see, venting is one thing. Venting sometimes is good for healing. You want to come and yell and scream at the top of your lungs and shake your fist. Sometimes you need to do that to get the healing process going. That's fine. We don't have a problem with that. What we have a problem with is you talking about kill black men, kill black babies. Black men ain't worth nothing. All black men are worthless. See, that kind of talk like that, we're not going to allow that. That's not venting. That's not venting. That's hatred. And that's what we're not going to allow. We don't mind you saying you had a no good nigga in your life and he did this and you don't like him no more, some shit or whatever. That's fine. But what we're not going to sit here and let you do is say all black men are worthless, black men's lives are insignificant, they don't matter. But no. See, now we're talking crazy. Not going to let you do that. That's not venting. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. So, as you know, and for you to be okay with that, you might as well be a Becky.
Right.
And that means you're well. I'm gonna stop soft. So you're a traitor. I mean, you can be mad at your all you want. You can be ready to smack them upside the head. But to let them get killed or be targeted because you're mad at them, you might as well be the Becky that's saying he raped me and create your Emmett Tills and Q1 that boy, because they were both young boys, because they're not gonna go they're gonna go for the softer target first. It's not gonna be a full grown black man unless they can catch them alone in a group. More likely it's gonna be the vulnerable 13, 15, 16, 17-year-old boys that's gonna get hit first. And if that happens, what that's going to say for the child? Okay, so their father is sometime in it. I think they'd rather have their father sometime, or know their father's out there in the world, than to, have their father killed. Then they have no father at all.
I want to know what. Okay, we need to have this discussion too, right? Like, okay, so if you don't want the black man, what is the next best thing? Now, some sisters are being taught that black men are worthless. This is not true. Some black men ain't shit, yeah. Okay? Some black men ain't shit. We can see that, as plain as the nose on our face. But there's a lot of good brothers out here, a lot. It's like I said, a lot of sisters see these good brothers every day and don't give them the time of day because they don't know what to look for. They've been told and trained to look in the opposite direction. They've been told that these guys aren't choice guys or they're not select guys. When these guys are the ones you need to be with because they're the ones who are going to hold you down. They're going to be loyal. They're going to make that money. They got that job. They're going to provide. But because they don't wear Fendi or Bruno Mali's, you don't give them the time of day. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting up there in a dingy shirt because he works hard, right? You won't give the time of day. You know? Some of them got pot bellies.
Yeah, and well, it goes back to they don't desire these type of men until until they get older and they're jaded because of life. Now they're looking for that type of man. But the caveat is that they still don't want that type of man. They're dependent on that type of man, but they don't want that type of man. And then that's where the resentment comes in. And then and a lot of these divorces are starting to come in because a lot of these people are getting together not because they love each other or respect each other. It's they're coming together out of loneliness and being desperate. And so now it's just like you see with the COVID, a lot of these divorces are up because these people know each other. Like I think Dame said it earlier, the buffer was work. They only spend like maybe 8 to 10 hours with each other, and in those 8 hours they sleeping, and now you're 3-4 hours at best with each other. You don't know nobody at the end of the day. So that's why these divorces are happening because now they got to stay at home and they find out they really don't know that person that they're dealing with. So,
yeah,
it's crazy.
That's why, I tell people you get caught up in relationships for the wrong reasons. You get caught up in how the woman looks. You get caught up in what how the man dresses and all of that. But when the reality sets in later on down the line, when the looks fade and he no longer has the same kind of mobility than what you have to be able to live with each other. And so they don't understand the courting process. Now you have dating coaches who teach people how to be fucked up. Okay? These guys think they're getting game. You're not getting any game. You're being taught how to be screwed up. This is why many of you can't keep a woman now. And when you do get one, you got one on the absolute wrong. You went about it the absolute wrong way. And now later on, you're realizing that you should have never got married because you didn't know what the hell you was getting married for in the first place, but you didn't even understand the type of woman that you was with. And these dating coaches are teaching you to bypass the understanding of the person that you're with and just go for the sex and she look good and she wear stilettos, she's sexy. Man, let me tell you something. That shit gonna get you. That shit'll get you in trouble faster than anything you can think of. Just get with a woman because she's sexy. I'm telling you, man, that ain't the way to go. That's not the way to go. It sounds good, it looks good, but that's not logical. You get with a woman because she said she might turn out to be crazy. Telling you,
Yeah.
you got to get to know these women, man. You got to sit down. You got to invest some time in them. That's why you're supposed to court. This ain't no wham bam thank you, man. This ain't no fast Eddie shit. It's a slow process. You have to take your time. You have to court this woman for, I say, at least a period of 6 months. If you're serious about her, at least take it to 6 months. In 6 months' time, you should have collected enough information about this woman to make a decision on whether you're going to pursue it seriously or not as a husband and wife thing, or you're going to just let it ride and let it go. You got to get to know these women. I'm telling you. If you don't, you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt.
Yeah. I feel sorry for one guy I know. He already kind of found out what his one was like. He found out too late. So he works. He read the work. Vacation for him is going to work.
Remember the woman that killed her husband while he was asleep and cut his body up and put it in the closet?
Yeah.
Right? I was reading about that. Had he courted her, he would have found how sadistic she is. There would have been something that she either said or did over a period that would have triggered something in his mind. Like, okay, wait a minute. What did she just say she did to a pig? So you got to be able to put shit together, you see? Somebody tell you, oh, you know what? I like stabbing pigs in their eyes with big spikes. You think a person like that to cut you up? Probably so. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just giving you an example. You have to listen, man. When people can't hide who they are. That's why you take time. Eventually who they are is going to show. And it don't take long because people can't put on a facade only but for so long. Eventually that facade wears them out. It eats up their energy, and then they have no choice but to be themselves. You see, it takes no energy for you to be yourself. But it takes energy for you to be something that you're not. And that energy burns you out really, really quick. So a couple of weeks, a month or whatever, you're going to see the real person. That's why you should always be talking and asking questions and watching and really, that's why you do the courting thing. You need to observe behaviors. You need to see her in different, I always tell dudes, right? One of the things you want to do with women, and I know this may not sound, right, but one of the most effective strategies in courting is to get a woman as mad as you can get her. And I know that sounds mean, okay, but there's some very important information that you need to gain from that. You need to see exactly what this woman is like when she is extremely angry and beside herself. That's very, very important. You need to know who you're dealing with. Yeah, you need to know who you're dealing with. This is the type of woman that's going to knock your head off while you're sleeping. This is the type of woman that's going to kill you in your sleep. And trust me, you'll get hints of that. Some women will tell on themselves, they'll tell you, I'll just wait for you to go to sleep. I wouldn't ignore that. If a woman ever tells you she'll just wait for you to go to sleep, do not take that as a joke. Don't never take that as a joke. If she tell you, oh, I'll just wait for you to go to sleep and try to laugh it off, she meant that shit. Okay? Do not pass that off as a joke. Because she's not joking. She may be laughing, but she meant that shit. Okay, so this is why you court. You find these things out. You find out whether she's a nutcase or not. And you find it out in subtle ways. They'll tell on themselves. They'll expose themselves. They'll do awkward things, say awkward things. You'll see something that's not centered. You'll see something that looks weird. It's going to show. That's why you caught, so you can find this stuff out. And then you can see if you laying down with a homicidal maniac or you laying down with a sweet woman who's very nurturing and very caring. I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta see how they act under pressure
yeah,
because man, that tells
yeah.
you everything you need to know about the person, how they react to stresses.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, if she
Uh,
angry, how does she act? What does she do?
hmm.
If she's taking it out on you, yeah, that's a big problem.
Issue, worries, stuff like that. That's what you do. I met a couple. I know her a little better than him, but I guess I kind of believed him. Okay, uh, they were each other's first. They didn't do anything until they got married. But this was the interesting thing. When they courted each other, and met each other family. But while they were engaged, and they were engaged for 2 years, they lived with each other. They didn't tempt things by having shared a bedroom, but they lived with each other. They shared their finances with each other and their bills and stuff like that. And actually, they had planned to be engaged for 1 year, but they felt that the year was too easy, so they did an additional year to see what happens when something stressful happens. Now that the delivery was during stress, they figure over time, if you have a good year, you also going to have a bad year, to see how they handle each other when bad things are happening and stuff like that. And they lived through it. They were able to share their finances. They were able to pay bills. They found out how they handle bills and all that other stuff together. And actually came in handy for them because the ultimate, when they did get married, she miscarried, and that was another type of stress. That was emotional stress, but they got through it. Oh, they got through it okay. But they not only courted each other, they add an addition to their court where they live with each other, not slept with each other. She made sure to emphasize the difference. She said you do not have to sleep with each other to live with each other. This was this was a learning stage. She was concerned. It's not about us seeing if we sexually compatible. It's about if we can make a life together. How we handle the good times, how we handle the bad times, and stuff like that. What happens if one of us lose a job? Even though his job was primary, they do understand that, the way living is now, both of them would probably have to work for a while. The thing was, they were both working and they were saving up money to get their own house, and the plan was when she gets pregnant, she was going to stop working and take care of the kids. So they need to know how they can handle it with one income, or if the situation becomes that something changed and they both have to work, how they gonna deal with that. They had all kind of plans and stuff like that. And the one thing they didn't plan for, but because they dealt with other things, was they never thought to think of what if I miscarriage or what if I can't have kids. The thought never crossed their minds. But that's what they dealt with while they were married. Mhm. So them being holed up in the house together right now, I think they would do okay. They'll be stressed because both not working. Or they both being if they're both laid off from their job because of COVID. The concerns of will they be able to do all the other stuff would either make or break them. Yeah.
Yeah, that and yeah, and that's the way you should be handling it. And it's too much of this rush to the bedroom, rush to live together because one person's trying to get out of their mama's house and that kind of goofy stuff. And it's just you're 2, 3 kids in, and all now I don't know this person, or you're married for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and all of a sudden now I don't know this person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's
What they always like this. Are we two totally different people? You know.
yeah.
So, the thing about it, but also another thing. Was further back here. I was saying. I think when we're younger, we too tend to get superficial. Cause I know one woman, and she even mentioned it. Okay, she even said when she was younger. Okay, she was about the superficial, how good the dude look and all that stuff, and she made that mistake with her first husband. Okay, because he looked good, but he really didn't like work, or he just worked just enough. In other words, he was lazy. Okay, second husband, she thought she found the best. He was good looking, plus he worked, but that wasn't it neither. They were two different personalities. They handled things differently, and he kept trying to control her and and stuff like that. Okay, so that one didn't work out. So she kind of gave up. She wasn't looking for them. She's just gonna take care of her kids, and all that stuff. Where she met um her third husband. Okay, she knew him. Small town. She's seen him and all that other stuff. But he didn't. He wasn't flashy. Let's say he's all right. He ain't ugly, but and he worked all the time. So the only time she would see him mostly is when she was off, or because at the time she was working at a hospital. She saw him there, and but she really didn't get to know him until his mama got sick and he was at the hospital. His mom was at the hospital visiting. They got to know each other, and turned out he was the perfect one. And he wasn't handsome, but he wasn't lazy. He wasn't trying to control her. He let her be her. Yeah, they have some little things, that they deal with, but it's little, and they work them out, and they talk about it, and they deal with it. It just had to accept that this is the way they are. She likes to travel, he don't. But he does travel. Wherever she wants to go for vacation, he goes and stuff like that. And one day he said, because they were having one of the discussion, and she told him, she said, I know it bothers you when I drag you out to these different places. He said, yeah. He said, but the funny part is, when I go, I enjoy myself. So, I am homebody, like I like to do things at home. But once I'm with you, as long as I'm with you, I enjoy all these strange places you want to drag me off to and stuff like that. Yeah, I drag my feet, go on the floor, but once I'm there, so he said he learned that he does do it, but he part of him that wants to stay at home. But once he does it and he goes with it, he find that he enjoy it, and she always take into account his taste when they go on vacation, stuff that he likes. Like he likes to fish. So wherever they go on vacation, there's some type of fishing going on. Whether if he's the only one doing the fishing or just him and her, so he can experience different type of fishing in the world and all that other stuff. So he got some enjoyment out of it, and are doing fun kid things because he had to work at a very young age. He always was working. He didn't know he couldn't remember what it was like to do just things for fun. Things for fun for him was watching the football or the basketball game or having a cookout. That to him that was fun. But just do like
Yeah, but
mhm. Yeah. So he never thought he would enjoy something like that. That seemed like too much like something for kids, not for a grown man. But when he enjoy, seeing his kids and grandkids do the fun things and all their kids, his,
what are we
hers,
talking?
theirs. Mhm.
I'm sorry, I just got back on. What are we talking
Let's see. I was wandering into
about? Oh
this
yeah,
about
right.
how the men
Yeah,
are
I
not
was saying.
okay.
Yeah, hold on a second. Yes, like I was saying, when you meet these type of women and you listen to the. See, we did a show called Best Foot Forward, right, Dane? Was it called
Hmm.
the Best Foot Forward?
Yeah.
And we was asking people what do they want to see first, the good stuff or the bad stuff, right? Most people they want to see the good stuff. They don't want to see the bad stuff, which I think is crazy. You should. I want to see the bad stuff. I'm not concerned with the good stuff because the good stuff is good. I ain't concerned with that. I want to see the bad stuff. Show me the bad stuff. Okay, they say you put your best foot forward. I don't want to see your best foot. I want to see the other one. I want to see the bad stuff. Show me. I want the action right off the bat. I want to see what you're about. What's all this craziness about? That's where the action's at. I'm cool with you can we got plenty of time for the good stuff. I need the bad stuff, but I think only one person chose that, right, David? It was one person. Everybody went, but they wanted to see the good stuff.
Yeah, it was like one or two
Right,
people.
and I think that's indicative to how your relationships turn out. You want to see the bad stuff too late. By the time you get to the bad stuff, your marriage is over or your relationship is over.
Mhm.
I want to see the good stuff right now. I want to see it now. I ain't trying to wait to whatever.
Mhm.
That's where you need to be. That's where the action is at. So I think we put too much on each other when we have a standard, right? Um, a standard that somebody should meet. What if they can't meet your standard? Does it mean that they're a bad person? Does it mean that they're bad for you? That don't mean that they're bad for you because they didn't meet your standard. You're probably bad for you because your standard is impossible to meet. So people don't think about themselves. People don't think about that. It's like, okay, what kind of standards that you put on other people that you want them to meet? Oh, I want a person to be 8 feet tall. I want them to be dark skinned. And I want them to play basketball on the moon and make all kinds of money and buy houses for a living. Well, that's kind of that's pretty much a tall task, right? But most people have these unrealistic expectations about other people. I think one of the best things you can do when you're dealing with somebody new is just let them be themselves. Don't put any expectations on them. Listen, I need you to be this way and that way. Don't do that. Let them be who they are. And then you decide if who they are works for you, then you're good. If who they are doesn't work for you, then you keep it moving. I don't know why people don't apply this simple logic, simple strategy. Let people be who they are. You don't want to impede anybody's behavior. You want to see exactly who they are. And then you can make a decision. Okay, this person's right for me. You know, this person likes to get drunk all the time. Is that somebody I want in my life? This person is disrespectful sometimes. Is that something I want in my life? Oh, this person is dapper. Is that something I want in my life? This person, you get to evaluate this person. when you let them be themselves. I think most people do it backward, and they set standards that they want these people to meet. And when they don't meet these standards, then they say, "Oh, well, this person isn't good because they didn't meet your standards." Well, who said your standards was anything relevant in the grand scheme of things? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we just put unrealistic expectations on people. My thing is, let people be themselves so you can make a decision. And if you like who they are, then they don't have to change because you like them. You like them the way they are. They fit your criteria naturally. You want somebody to fit your criteria naturally. Oh, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm working. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I think what usually happens, people meet somebody and then they want to shape them into the person that they want them to be, and that never works. Because I'm like, if that guy is not a father, guy who wants to be a father, he's going to be a husband. When you meet him, he's not going to be that. At least maybe not with you. You may not bring that out of him. You know, there's some women who guys want to be a father to her children, want to be a husband to her, and then there's some women that they can never get that out of the guy, out of that particular guy. He's just not going to do it. He don't feel that she's worth that. That doesn't necessarily make him good or bad, or just y'all just that's not your you're not compatible like that. There's just some people who are compatible just to have a sexual relationship and just leave it at that. There's some people who just have a friendship, but they can't take it past that. I think that when we meet people, we try to put them in something that we want them to be, but not like I say, let them be themselves and just see where it goes. You know, we don't tend to accept people the way they are, and we don't respect people where they are.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of messes up the relationship. I remember there was a friend of mine. She was trying to get this guy to be this guy who's like concerned about her, want to talk out things, but that wasn't what he was. He was this guy. He didn't like confrontation. She couldn't talk with him about if there was a situation. It was either his way or no way.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if she did try to talk to him, he would get upset. You know, and you know, I tried to tell her, I said that might not be the guy for you, because if you can't even talk to him and discuss something, yeah, that's a problem. You know, people want to change people, and part of the problem with him was she was on welfare, and he wanted her to be off welfare. But I'm like, he met you while you were on welfare. Why are you? You know, it's that kind of crazy stuff. Like, I don't. That's how. It's just how these relationships go. People try to make people into something that they're not, and then they get disappointed.
Yeah, that too. Also, it's possible that they're also not talking about the important things. They so caught up in the attraction and the romance, they're not asking the questions.
That,
Okay, like okay, all right. I know it's a TV show and it's a reality, so it's not going to meet it exactly, but it gives an example. Okay, I don't know if anybody has watched it, but it's called Ready to Love. But in this particular Ready to Love, they kind of, I guess because of COVID or the quarantine, they quarantined these people on an island. And they trying to find, you know, if they have love for this man or whatever. And in one case, okay, this one couple, they had like instinct attraction. It was romantic and all that stuff. And almost when like the show is almost towards the end and getting down, because you know the ones that don't seem to be ready to love or they're not making any connection, you know, they get voted out. Okay, it turned out she or he didn't discuss an important question. Find out until the part where you bring a friend to help you, you know, kind of make a decision over the one or two that you take an interest in. Okay, so the friend asks a question, you know, how you feel about the finances, the bills, and stuff like that. And he said 50-50. You know, he was like 50-50. That was the wrong answer. This woman was like, you can hear the scratch on the record. Okay, it's like 50. You know, no. You're supposed to be able to take care of all the bills. And you know, he started making, well, you know, you make good money. In fact, I think she makes more money than him. Not a lot, but enough of a difference, you know. And and there was another scratch, and I guess she was flashing back. You supposed to take care of all the bills. Our correct answer, all of them. If you can't afford to take care of all the bills, then no. Mm-mm. And he was more flexible. He said 50-50 because that's what he was used to dealing with. But he was fine with paying all the bills. He could pay all the bills, but she had shut down. Never once in all the romantic outings and all these long conversations they were having did they discuss finances. If they get together, if they get married, how would they be dealing with finances and stuff like that? And I think that's a lot of mistake. The things that's important. You didn't even know she had an issue with with paying all the bills, you know, or going 50-50. You would have never know because it was never discussed. She never talked about, you know, any experience where, you know, she ran into men that wanted her to pay 50-50 or pay all the bills because she makes more money. And none of that until the friend came over. I was like, what were they talking about this entire time, you know? And I think that's a mistake a lot of people have too. You know, I know I did it, you know, until it came down to the question of, can I live with this person the rest of life like it is? Then, you know, but how many people we know they don't ask these questions? And you not find out till they married and in the moment. And maybe somebody stay quiet about it, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm. So you think? Do you think that's also a
Sorry about
possibility?
that.
Why there could be a
Yeah.
divorce rate or not knowing each other? It might not have been finances. That might have been the trigger, but you know, it could have been the way they dealt with money. Maybe one person was a saver, other person was a spender, or one person believed in saving in a savings account in a bank, and another believe in stock market. One believe in retirement, another one might believe in 401ks and having a stock portfolio. You know, you never know.
Yeah, I think that goes into it too. Because people, you know, let's face it, when especially now, we're not really asking these hard questions. Some of us don't know. Some of us don't want to know because I think what it is. Somebody said on another panel. I think we're really scared to ask those questions
Mm.
because
Oh, bro, speak. You Borgin. Yeah, it could be.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably hit the patch. But yeah,
Mhm.
I think people are scared to ask those questions because if you have to, you start asking these questions, you're gonna find out real quick that this person is not really who you think they are. They may not be the one for you. It you know, and it takes away those questions take away from the fun. You want to date, go out, go to the movies, go to the club, uh, go back to the hotel, do what you do. Asking these type of questions take away from the fun. Now, I do think that as far as finding out the bad stuff, I think that there's a I don't know it's a balancing act. You don't want to put it out there too soon, but you don't want to put it out there too late. I think probably within at least a month, at least depending on how many times y'all go out, gotta be
Mhm.
at least within a month of finding out, what kind of stuff going on, what your past relationships were, um, you know,
Mhm.
the kids, career, all that stuff. You kind of need to find that out at least within the first month of dating.
Mhm.
At least you should talk about career at least the person's career at least within the first couple of dates.
Mhm.
I mean, why are you waiting 10 days to find out that this dude don't have a house? This, this, you, I mean, you wait 10 days. Now you find out this dude don't even have a house. What are we doing? I'm like, this dude's homeless. You're like, okay, so how he take you out of the date? I'm like, dude,
He's
please.
staying. He's staying with his mama. He's staying with his
Um,
mom.
yeah, he bumming
And
from his mama. Hey, sometimes you gotta do that. I was
or he's at a homeless shelter where there's a room. I know one woman. It was a case. This particular homeless shelter, they have like it's kind of like a building with a bunch of little different apartments and stuff like that. But it's a homeless shelter, and for men. And she was dating a dude for a couple of months before she found out he actually lived in a homeless shelter.
that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, wait, you waited 2 months to find this out that he's in a homeless shelter. What were you doing? I'm like, oh god, that's the kind of stuff that why these relationships. That's probably why they don't work because we're not asking these hard questions, and then we don't want to ask. We're too scared to ask, and we don't want to. We don't want to ruin the fun. So, you know,
Okay, Adolf, I don't know what you're saying, but you might be on the wrong channel. Sorry, I'm late. I'm damn sure hope I ain't one of the concern. No, no. Well, no, 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 no. We had there was some concerns that we have become a hate black man channel. They felt like we was black men bashing or something like that.
yeah,
But
Bill Moore.
there was somebody that yeah, Bill Mort popped in.
Yeah, she's a man hater. Yeah, get her out of here. Get her out of here. I mean, every day, black men angry at black men. God dang, get her out of here. Nah, I like Belle. She's great. But that's the thing, man. We really got to be careful with when
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
we're, we're
yeah. Somebody.
critical.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah,
when we're critical and not let some of these men haters be around you and just I don't know,
yeah,
man. You gotta
yeah.
be careful.
Yeah, we gotta start pulling the collars of some of these women. Hey, you're going into the man hating section. If you're going man hating, you gotta get out of here. Hmm.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got about A says, hey, look, okay, hey, I know you mad at some guys, but now you taking it too far over here. You're going left. I think you might need to get some counseling. I think that we got some therapists out here. You can go to one. You might need to talk to one. Where you going? I, we don't want to go over there. I don't know. You gonna lead us to some crazy white dudes? Like next thing you know, you're up there storming the Capitol. No, we don't want to go there. No, we ain't going there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we kind of went off that topic. We went into the high divorce rate, why we think it's so. I was talking about suspect that we're not asking the right question. I was using an example from tell them to swing by Manosphere. There's plenty of ammo for their hate speech over there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She gonna go over. That's part of the problem. Too many of them are going over there. I think they should just completely ignore the Manosphere, you know, or should we say? Let me see. Man is queer. Oh, wait a minute. I thought we were supposed to stop that. Mm. Okay. It totally ignored him.
Yeah. You gotta understand. Those are guys venting. They're not gonna be. Hey, we love black women over there.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to accept that. And just like if I go over to if I go to some of these women that's angry with black men, I gotta accept that they gonna say some things that I'm not gonna like about black men. I just gotta accept it and just well, I know what she on. Let me click off of her. she she's on some crazy stuff now.
Mhm.
You know. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, some people need to take advantage of the cloud bush watching. Just watch and stuff like that. Don't announce yourself. Just go there, look, see what they're talking about. When you hear the hate black woman's rhetoric, you're like, okay, this is one of these channels. Let me get out of here. This one ain't for me. Let me find something else. Same thing for that one. Um, yeah, somebody sent email to Max, so he was like, "No, we're not a hate black men channel." Oh yeah, it's an old habit from a long time ago when I say something or bring up something that I was supposed to let go of. Yeah, I was supposed to not be talking about uh those men over there, and I find myself going back into the pattern, and so I smacked my hand. Yeah, yeah. I was using the Ready to Love reality show for an example of how they don't talk about the important thing. This couple, they all romantic, going on romantic dates, and they talking and talking and talking, but it ain't until like a little bit more than halfway through the show, come to find out they didn't discuss something very, very important. And when the part where the friend come over to help make a decision on which one of the guys, and he was asked a question about finance, the bills and stuff like that. He believed that we should do half and half, but he would meant to elaborate that he don't have a problem whether the woman wants to go half and half or the full amount, but he didn't get that far. As soon as she heard fast half and half, you heard the record scratch, the scratch of the record, and she didn't hear no more what he said, and he was gone. I was like, and if you could, and all those romantic feelings and attraction just went out the door. You know, it's like, where was the love? It's like, what were y'all talking about the entire time y'all was having these long, drawn out conversations? Tell them to watch cat videos. It's relaxing. Cat videos. Yeah. And so it's like, I think that's part of the reason why there was a high divorce rate among those quarantine. You know, they let themselves get busy with the world and surviving and life and work and all that other stuff. They really ain't been sharing a space like they think they have. Yeah, they living together, they got kids together, but to be under each other 24/7, nah. And some people can't handle it, and they divorce it. Although, how are you going to divorce in a quarantine? Because hey, if you quarantine, that means you can't leave. But I heard of one couple where one of them went into a hotel.
Mm. They, when there's a will, there's a way. When you want to get away from somebody, you will find a way to get the F away from someone. Trust me, I know. I've done it. When it was time to go, shit, I left. I was gone. Ain't nothing you could do to tell me otherwise. So.
Okay. Okay, Auntie and them are talking about cat boxing.
Cat box?
That's what I call it. I call it cat boxes when the cats are getting ready to fight, and they get up on on their hind paws, and they smacking each other. Although I see that happen when they hit people more than I see them with each other, but I have seen it where two cats went at each other, and they got up on their hind feet and was going through the smackdown.
Yeah, they grabbing each other.
I call it cat boxing. Shoots.
Yeah.
I had a cat that did that, but mainly he was like, I want to go outside. So he come up to my head and go meow meow at me, and when I wake up, and he'd be like, "Dang it, get up!" and smack me in my head. Yeah.
Yep.
And,
that's cats.
Yeah.
I had 3 of them, so I already know how they do.
So you're part of the cat family. Okay, let's see. Max likes cats. You like cats. I like cats. And T and Belle like cats. Or maybe they're more like watching cats. There's a difference between having cats and watching cats. There's some people that like cats. Like watching them. Mm-hmm.
I'm really surprised. I thought you'd be more of a dog person than a cat person. But shows what I know.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to come in Discord and get to know Max. They're probably gonna get me for telling that. Oh, Hassan too. Okay.
There we go. More men like cats. I'm glad I'm not alone in that, because I tell people I have cats. They look at me funny. Like, you got cats? Like, yeah.
Auntie says she loves cats though she has a dog. Well, if she caught them young enough, you could get dogs and cats to get along together and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, one of my cousins, she used to have a dog and a cat. They got along just fine. And when I was younger, when I first saw that, I was like, that don't make sense. I've never seen cats and dogs get along. Usually, a dog chasing a cat and they fighting, but Yeah, they got along just fine. So
I lived in a neighborhood where the cat chases the dog. That's because they're these smaller breed dogs, about maybe not toy, small to medium breed dogs, and the cats are just as big. It's these two sisters. They live across the street from each other. One feed cats, the other one feed dogs. You know, they have all the dog. One have all the dogs or all the cats. And it'd be funny in the wintertime because they're not really house animals, uh, especially the cats. You'll see the dogs and the cats sleeping with each other because they're trying to keep each other warm. And it'd be like, okay, our peoples are relatives. Okay, it's wintertime. We're gonna survive this because we're not going in the house. We gonna keep together each other together for warm. But once it warms up, it's on, man. I don't like you. You don't like me. Oh yeah, I seen where the dog was chasing the cat. The cat jumped on the back, up to the on the trunk of my car. So the dog is going around. Where's that cat? And the cat's looking down at him. And as soon as the dog is underneath him, you hear meow. The dog look up, and then the cat dive bomb him. And then next thing you know, the cat is chasing the dog. Yeah, but this is the interesting thing. One, the dog never catches the cat. Two, the cat never uses his claws. So the unless it's a mother cats are the only ones who would in that group that would draw claws out on the dogs. You know, because hey, you're getting too close to my kitten. Yeah, I can't be bothered with dogs. I love them, but they high maintenance. LOL. Cats do their own thing. Ah. Mm-hmm.
exactly. That's why I kept cats. I didn't. I mean, I had dogs when I was younger, but in an apartment, I never liked having dogs in an apartment. If I ever get a dog, it's gonna be I get a house. When I get a house, yeah, then I'm gonna get a dog. But as far as
Mm-hmm.
having an apartment, I've had too many. I've known people that had like dogs in apartments, and that apartment be smelling just like wet dog. And I'm like, no, can't have the dog in an apartment. It's too cramped.
Okay. Well, if you get a little small dog.
Oh hell no, no, fuck, no, no. I don't do those small dogs. My ex wanted a small dog. I told her, no, we ain't doing no small dog. I don't like no small dogs, especially chihuahuas. They are the devils, and they don't
Mhm.
care. They will fight you regardless. I,
Yeah,
I
people
used to
used.
live I used to live in an apartment. There was this one chihuahua. Every morning I'm getting off of work. Here's a chihuahua just chasing me down. What the hell is this? I would punch you like a football. But I'm not that kind of mean to animals. But that one I was tempted. I was tempted to punch him like a football. Oh man, he was a terror. Yeah. No small dogs. No. Nah.
Okay, wait. Okay, what you mean? Um, okay, you said it's prohibited in my culture. Oh no, if you train your dog right, no, you don't have to worry about that. Although I lucked out the last dog I had, he was already trained. Because once you train the mother, the mother trains the puppies and stuff like that. And my dog did all his business along the fence line. He never did it in the house. I mean, one time we had a real bad storm. He's scared of storms, so he didn't go outside. The dog had his leg crossed, trying to hold it in until the oh, okay. I didn't know that, Hassan. I don't assume by name because I know Hassan and ain't nothing Muslim about this dude. It's just that his his parent wanted him to have a African name, and they thought Hassan was a African name. I guess because the African they knew was Hassan. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, I never knew that. Muslims couldn't have dogs. They're unclean to have as pets. I thought that the unclean part had to do with eating. Eating when you eating, eating unclean things. Look, now that I think about it, I don't remember any of my Muslim cousins having a dog. But I just thought they just didn't like pets.
That's a new one. I didn't know that Muslims can't have dogs. It,
Well, some Muslims I know do have dogs, yet dogs are unclean for us to have as pets. That's what he said.
mm, okay.
Okay, it does thing when eating. Okay, how does cross his hind leg? Dang, that sounds made up. I'm serious. If I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't have believed it. Okay, he's kind of like lying down, but he's up on his two front paws, and the back legs are crossed because he's trying to hold it in. Because he's been trained so well by between his mother and my mom. No, he was not about to use the bathroom in the house. I don't care if I put paper down, puppy pads, none of that. He's not use. He will not use it in the house. Eat, Asians eat the hell out of our pets. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I heard the story from my cousins in New Orleans, and I also heard it from a friend in Shreveport. But this I don't know how much to believe because this is like second or third hand. Okay, when Asians were first coming to New Orleans and stuff like that, okay, if you want to get a dog from a pound, there wasn't much you had to do to get a dog from a pound. But after a while, the people in the pound start noticing the same group of Asians coming to get dogs, almost like every month, and it's a big breed of dog. And it's like, okay, what happened to your last dog? Oh, it died. Well, what happened? It died. Did it get hit, run over? Yeah. And they would never elaborate until, one day there was a new policy and they were going to run the dog over, and they went the wrong way. They ended up, and they ended up walking, and they saw somebody butchering a dog. And so, nah, they brought the dog back. So supposedly in New Orleans, Asians can't adopt dogs from the pound, especially if it's a big breed. I don't know how true that is. My cousin told me this. I always thought she was yanking my chain and stuff like that. But I've had her stories from other relatives, one more credible than this one, who don't usually go around yanking my chain. That if um you drive through certain neighborhoods in New Orleans that have like their own ethnic butcher shops, you gotta be very, very careful, because he saw a case where ethnic they were butchering dogs and cats. Yeah. And okay, now I've also heard from a friend of mine that live in another part of Louisiana. These Asian people came there. She said she never really used to take that as anything, but she did notice like, okay, when in her neighborhood, there's always been like stray cats and dogs, especially around the trash bins. Because at the time she lived in an apartment complex. Okay, so after a while, she started noticing, hey, I ain't seen no stray dogs or cat in a while. Used to be a whole bunch of them around here, but she ain't seen it in a while. Okay, and she was like, she goes back to mom. She said, I went to go through the trash, and I brought a stick because I thought I was gonna have to deal with cats or dogs. I ain't seen it, and when I thought about it, I ain't seen cats or dogs in a while. And she said, "Well, we got these Asians in here now. What? Nah, mom, it can't be that." She said, "Yeah, it is. So, they the reason why there's no stray cats or dogs." No, no, no. She didn't want to believe her mom. So um her um her grandparents had came for a visit. They always give them a lot of vegetables because her grandparents were country and they grew fruits and vegetables. Well, they grew vegetables. The only fruits I heard about is pigs. But anyway, so they had too much. So her mom always sent her to the neighbors to see if any of them want some of these extra vegetables. So she's gone over there because she's seen these Asians eat cucumbers. I mean, just straight up like cucumbers. Just bite into a skin and all. And so so she went to see, and she said, I didn't see the whole animal. I saw the paws. And those paws did not look like no rabbit. Because Louisiana, we do have people that hunt and eat rabbit. So that ain't too unusual to see, somebody's skinning a rabbit. As long as they're not trying to sell it, Louisiana don't really bother them about it. Because we got hunters, we consider a hunter's paradise for obvious reasons. But she said, no, 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 no. I seen plenty of rabbit paws. I don't like it. That was not no rabbit. And she ran off and threw up. And she started believing her mom. And you know how the neighbors like to share stuff. Share food. Like she was sharing the extra vegetables that her grandparents had sent them over because that was way too many of them. And it's gonna go bad. If it don't get eaten. Well, sometimes people share dishes of food. They never would from anybody Asian because they knew too much. Thank you. No, no, no. I don't really care for that. Thank you though. Appreciate it. So or if they accept it, be accept. Say okay, thank you. I'll bring your dish as soon as you can and dump it in the trash and wash it up and lie through the tea. Oh yeah, but that was real good. Uh, what kind of meat was that again? Try not to elaborate it because one time they made a mistake and it was a vegetarian dish. You know, but I guess they must have suspect something because another time they brought a dish over, they said you don't have to worry, no meats in here, just the vegetables. I thought you liked to see the vegetables that you gave us, how it could be used in another way. And it's like, oh, okay, thank you. But I guess they got to.
Yeah. They found out nobody wants to eat. Somebody wants to eat the dog. They used to be in the dumpster.
Okay, let's see. I remember back in the 90s, one of the faces of death included an Asian woman butchering a live. Oh, no, no. Oh my goodness! And I thought it was bad when I watched. And I didn't actually see that. I was watching uh China Beach, and the woman saw a bunch of cute puppies and stuff like that. She's thinking, "I'm gonna give me a puppy." So she told the Asian lady, "Okay, I'm gonna get one of these, but I'm still shopping. I'm gonna come back for it." So when she gets back, the lady handed her a package of meat, and she's like, what is this?" And it says your order. Order? I didn't order no meat from her. Only thing I ordered was a cute puppy. And she said no. And she ran and threw up. And the soldier that was with her had to explain to the woman why she wasn't gonna be taking that package, and gave her some money for the waste of meat.
Poor puppy.
Yeah.
He was,
I was like, dang
she
it.
thought she wanted him for dinner.
Yeah, one thought she wanted it for the meat. She just wanted a pet because they were cute puppies. I was like, oh no. Because when I saw her say that to I said, no, please tell me it ain't what I think it means. I said, she should have waited for the soldier guy to come there to translate. He could explain to the woman, no, 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 no. She don't want it for meat. She wants it alive. She wants you to keep it for her. She's coming back for it alive. She don't want it killed.
Oh,
Oh,
but poor lady.
okay, hold on a second. I gotta get.
Oh man. Oh, well, that poor lady. Traumatized for life. Ah, God damn it. God damn it. That's sad.
Hmm.
All right, we went completely off topic over there. All right, sorry about
It,
that.
it's
Yeah, we went.
it's their fault.
Is yeah, it's always my fault. I'm gonna start putting that song. It ain't my fault. Did I do that? It ain't my fault. Whoa, it ain't my fault. Okay, Auntie said a dog a medium size. I had one. Oh yeah, they all be looking so cute. Wait a minute, do you have one of those dogs that look? Let me see, they do these cute little toy dogs, and they look like a teddy bear. In fact, they're bred to look like a teddy bear. Well, I had a chow chow. And yeah, he looked like a teddy bear. He was a cute little puppy. When he grew up, he looked like a lion. And people kept asking us why we call him Teddy. Why we didn't call him Leo or Lionel? Because we was all or Lionel. I was like, because when we got him, he looked like a teddy bear. Oh yeah, and when we would cut his hair for the summer, he looked like a pit bull with a curly tail, or a bull mastiff with a curly tail. Yeah, exactly. Did that like yep. And yeah, so yeah, he also would take up my bed too. He listened to my mom like she was the alpha female, which she's used to dealing with because his mom was an alpha female. She outranked ranked the male. How you could tell that? Because there's a whatever favorite spot there is. If she comes over and he's in it, he gets up and let her have it. No argument, no growl, no bark, no fuss. He gives it up. Okay. All right. I'll be right back, y'all. Ah.
Yeah, Dame is the queen of monologues. I mean, hey, just let her talk. Let her talk. Yeah, I'm still thinking the poor lady. Thinking she gets the bed. She get in yeah, that's man. But
Yeah, Dame can. He got some wild stories.
Hey, you act like I be making that stuff up. But hey, I did
Um,
say some of the stuff was third or fourth hand.
well, I mean, I think it's amazing that you can remember so much detail.
yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah,
The details. It's
man,
not just the story, just the detail of it is great.
I know. Yeah,
All
one
right.
of my favorite stories she told was the one about the girl with the Pepsi or the Coke. Was it Coke, Dame, or was it Pepsi?
Depends on the story.
The one with the girl drunk all of the Coke and she wet the bed.
Okay. Yeah, it was.
Oh man, that story was hilarious.
Hey, that was my cousin, y'all. Cut that out.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Hey, is this hilarious because I almost drowned?
Oh man.
Okay. Chow chows, well, they're not really mean, but they like a 1 or 2 person dog. They are not the dogs to have when you have kids. No,
Okay, we're not going to get into the. I'm getting way off topic.
Hey, hey, I almost drowned in that story.
Well, no, I mean, all you had to do was just fall out of bed. You'd have been all right.
Well, since I was at the back of the bed and she was at the front of the bed, I almost drowned.
I would. She would have got kicked out.
She was bigger, stronger than me,
Well,
and
you got the wall. You got the wall for leverage. You kick her behind her out of the bed.
you don't think I didn't try? Well,
Shit.
actually, I didn't know because I was asleep. I dreamed that I was
I'm still
drunk.
trying to figure out how she drank all that soda.
I don't know how she did it either, but I'm thinking she must have drunk. Okay, she had the whole night to do this. Cause let me see, I was one of the last ones to go to bed, and I went to sleep about 11, 12 o'clock at night. So she had from 12 o'clock, when I guess when I was really into sleep
Yeah, but I
until
tell you what, though, she consumed all that soda. She'd have been sleeping in the bed by herself.
yeah.
I mean, forget that.
Well, the soda was out so we can load it up the next morning because the church was having some big event.
Yeah,
You
she
know,
drunk all. Okay, y'all loaded it up.
it
How many cases was it?
wasn't cases. It was like I think it was about 4 or 6 3-liter Cokes or something like that. I know there was the big ones.
Jesus, what the hell?
4 or 6 3-liter Coke. Yeah,
Ah.
that's when they had the 3 liters.
Yeah, that's when they had the 3 liters. No,
Hey.
there was 4 3-liters and there was a couple of 2 liters.
So she had
And she
4
drunk all
3 liters. Yeah, she drank
Yeah.
all of that.
Okay, you see, she was because of that exact reason, she was not allowed to drink after a certain time of night, especially not soda. I don't know what my aunt was thinking. She wanted to make sure she had her count of the soda, so she laid it out. And in the morning, when the boys come back from wherever they were at, they were gonna load it up in her car, all that stuff in the car. I don't know when she got out of the bed. I was asleep. I guess you could say dead to the world. She got up, went drank the soda. I ain't saying she drank all 4 at one sitting. She might have drunk one, came to bed, then went drunk another one, came to bed. I don't know. But eventually she drank all of them. I kept dreaming that I was in the ocean in a leaky boat and that I was gonna drown. Because I was sharing the bed with her because I got tired of being attacked by the bad sleeping cousins in the other bed. And my aunt didn't want me sleeping on a sofa. That's what it was. I was sleeping on her sofa. She drove me off the sofa. I said, "They sleep bad. I don't have no place to sleep." Oh, well, sleep with the okay. So I climb in with her because she don't move. I don't have to worry about getting kicked, strangled, jumped on. Anyway, so I forgot about the other one. So I'm kind of still sleeping. I'm trying to figure out, how I'm gonna get all this water out the boat. And I'm soaking wet. And I'm starting to come to, and I realize I gotta go to the bathroom. And then I hear screaming, I hear fussing. I was like, oh my goodness, oh yeah, I'm in the bed. Did I pee myself? And I'm trying to apologize because I don't remember, I gotta go pee now. I didn't remember to pee while I was sleeping. And I'm so sorry. I'm going, no, it's not you, it's her. And she's whipping her. She's wrong. You whipping her because she peed in the bed? No, that was the thing she was being whipped for. She was being whipped because she drank all that coke. Oh, Belford still got the 3 liters at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, she turned into a sprinkler system.
The whole mattress had to do.
Gee, right. He turned into a sprinkler system, yo. He was drowning. Oh, this shit was hilarious.
Yeah, the only thing that saved my face was the pillow.
You was soaking wet, right?
Soaking wet.
Like, damn, yo, how the hell? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, usually it just be the top part, that one spot. No, it's spread all over, soaked up, soaked up the pillows. It hadn't penetrated to the side where my head was yet. It was making its way. And both pillows, hers and mine, the mattress,
See on something.
all the way down to the box spring, and also the whole mattress. The whole
Yeah. She's steady laying there on some. God damn. Oh man.
I had to take a bath with bleach because I took a bath and I still smell like urine. I took another bath. I still smell like no. I took a couple of showers because I had to wash my hair.
But I don't understand. Mm-hmm. Didn't you know she had that issue? You didn't know that?
We did, but we usually monitor her drinking and eating.
Okay, you drunk 3, 6, what is it, 4, 3 liters soda?
4 3 liters, 2 liters. But she did that while everybody was sleeping. You think we would have let her do that while we were all awake? No, she slept up in the middle of the night. And when my aunt pulled the liters out from where she hid them,
I still blame y'all because I wouldn't have left no drink out. If she in the building, I'm locking every liquid thing up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm locking everything up. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when we went to bed, everything was locked up. But when my aunt drove me off the sofa to put me to bed, she took it out for the boys to go put in the car, in the trunk of the car. I don't know what they were doing, but they didn't do it.
How old was she?
Left on the table.
Okay, how old was she at the time?
Okay, let me see. I was 11, turning 12. So she was about 16. Wait. No.
16.
Wait. No, she's oldest. Wait. She's, let's see, who's oldest? Her or Scott. Okay. Scotty was 17. So she might have been about 18 or 19. No, Scotty was 17, 18. So she's about 16 or 17.
Damn, and she's pulling back 4 3-liter sodas. Damn.
Yeah.
She's mental. She's specially mental. And she got a mind like a kid.
Okay, then now I'm really upset with y'all because y'all know this and y'all left this stuff out.
As I said, we did. My aunt did that because the boys were supposed to go put it in the trunk of her car, so we could take it to church that morning.
They just left it out there. Ain't nobody check or.
Well, somebody dropped the ball. And
That's why everybody got in trouble.
Yeah, it would have been hell to pay.
Mm-hmm.
She done turned into a urine sprinkler system, and y'all walking around like she ain't got no issues. I did. Hell yeah, it'd have been a big problem.
I was the only one that get whipped out of the thing. I think the boys got whipped. Their friends got whipped.
I mean, her bladder couldn't possibly have held up to all of that soda.
I don't know even how. I personally wonder if she actually drunk all that. I wonder if the boys participated in it too.
Well, you said she soaked the whole bed, didn't she?
Yeah, I mean the whole bed, the pillows. It was going down to the box springs.
Damn. That's a lot.
Now you know why I kept thinking I was drowning.
Y'all should have. Wait a minute. She should have went to the hospital or something. That's highly unusual.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about her kidneys. That much soda.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Definitely should have got checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up not going to church because I couldn't get the smell out. As I said, I ended up having to take a bleach bath.
Wow.
In the water. And the boys had to carry that mattress out of the house.
I bet they did.
Yeah.
Because they were supposed to have put that in.
Well, so y'all didn't have any soda for church.
Oh no! She had to make a stop and buy some more soda. See, when she got it on sale. But now she got to pay full price for these big liters of soda.
Y'all made her pay for it?
How she gonna pay for it? She don't have a job.
Who paid for it? I'm about to say, yeah, like her fault. Leaving that out.
That was what my uncle said, but everybody had to get it because the boys didn't go move that soda when she told them to. But she should have watched it to make sure they were putting it.
Okay, so if she soaked the entire bed, the pillows down to the box spring, that's why you was dreaming that you was drowning. It was water coming out of the boat. I mean, you think about that, right? I mean, she's soaking the bed while you sleep. All of a sudden, you start dreaming about drowning and water. You got a hole in the boat. Oh, man.
Yeah.
You can't make that stuff up, man.
Yeah, and I guess the urine got cold because I got cold and I just curled up into a ball. and I rolled over to the other side to let my other side get warm. But
You walking around smelling like urine, taking baths and bleach.
oh my goodness, if I could have bleached my hair, I probably would have. But let me see. Let's see. I think. Oh,
Excuse me.
I just had to wash my hair a lot, a lot.
Mhm.
Hmm. I was like, after that, I just dealt with my. I just had to deal with my cousin and her jumping on me or beating me or kicking me. I slept under the bed a lot because to get away from her, I would go all the way to the wall,
Oh
squeeze
dang, do me a favor.
it. Hmm.
Get that song. Forget about that Just Ice song. Get the
Hmm.
song by 702. All I Want.
Hmm.
Get that one.
Okay.
We're gonna close out with that one instead.
Okay.
So let me know when you got it. Yeah, so people wet the bed, you can't, you know, speaking of that, man, I'm getting ready to do a show about parenting. I've been watching a lot of bad parenting for the last couple of months. These parents, a lot of these new parents, especially these millennium parents, they don't know nothing about kids. They don't know anything about kids. They let the kids do whatever they want. They let the kids pretty much raise themselves. For some reason, these parents think that kids are supposed to be on autopilot, you know, and they're just doing a terrible job raising children. And some of them have, like, some of them kids both have. I'm sorry, some of the kids have the mother and the father. They just terrible. I mean, it's not even an issue that it's an absentee father. The fathers are in some of these homes, and they still terrible. Mother and the father both don't know what to do.
Hmm.
They don't. I've been watching, talking, and these kids are mixed up. They screwed up. These kids don't know how to have a conversation. They can't put a sentence together without sounding like like some latest cliche, some some latest hood cliche. Like, hey, what's going on, youngster? Ain't nothing, boy. Over here chilling, man. Making it happen on my grind. In the meantime, they ain't doing nothing. But I've been also seeing that I want to compliment. I mean, I want to talk about on an upcoming show. It's about after all. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday, Ori.
Hey, Ori. Yeah, and I mean, I noticed that a lot of young people in the South are working.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think we need to get behind our young people in the South. I see a lot of them in the South working. I mean, they're working too. They taking the odds and end jobs. They're doing the McDonald's, the Burger Kings, the Five Guys. They're in the WalMarts. They're working.
Hmm.
When you
Yeah.
go up north, you don't see the younger. When you go up north, you don't see the younger people working. You may see some of them in college, but most of the boys are on the street selling drugs. But you go down south, you see a lot of young people working.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. I like that, man. I like to see that. The North right now is kind of messed up. A lot of bad parenting going on, unruly kids, crazy situations. All right, Dane,
All right.
you got anything else you want to say before we get out? We get ready to shut it down, people.
No, don't have anything to say. No, peace, power, unity, earth to nation. And no, we're not a black man
Yeah,
channel.
definitely. We're not. Let's bring it back to what we was talking about. We're not promoting hatred towards black. I'm a black man. Why am I going to promote hatred towards myself? No, we don't promote any hatred towards black men. It's because we jump on some sissy bims and these maniqueers has nothing to do with all black men, you know. And we don't want you feminists to get the wrong idea about us. We're not your personal dumping ground. Okay, so you can. We don't mind you venting realistically, but don't use our channel as a place to spew hatred. You can go elsewhere with that. We aren't interested in that. All right. All right. Thanks, Bro Sweet, for coming up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And T. Peace, pal, unity. Okay, Dan, hit that song. Let's get on out of here. All right, everybody. See you sometime this